Crestview Angus, your source for premium, locally raised beef, delivering the finest quality from farm to table. Contact them on Facebook to place your order today.
You have to be tough to be the world's #1 selling farm tractor. Mahindra tractors have a tough, heavy-duty steel frame, so they can lift fallen trees and everything else thrown our way. And you're tough, too. You maintain roads and mend fences and give your neighbors a hand and still make it to church on Sunday. Now that stuff sounds like we have a lot in common. Mahindra, the official tractor of tough.
Welcome to Shannon Pharmacy, proudly serving the Shannon community since 2004. We're your small, full-service pharmacy with a big heart, offering friendly, professional service and a caring community feel. Whether you need prescriptions filled, expert advice, or health products, we're here for you. Experience the difference at Shannon Pharmacy, where your health is our priority. Visit us today. Attorney Stephen Woodard is pleased to help support this broadcast. Contact Mr. Woodard for your estate planning needs at area code 706-291-7050. WC Timber has been serving the Northwest Georgia and Northeast Alabama area since 1991. As a complete tree and timber service, WC Timber can handle thinning and clear cutting, tree chipping, stump removal, and storm damage, as well as bucket truck and crane services. For more information, visit them on the web at wctimber.com or give them a call at area code 706-238-1214. WC Timber and Tree Service.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, Lenny B. We are live inside Woodard Gymnasium once again, and we're excited to get ready for the GHSA Class A Division I Girls State Basketball Championship Tournament. It continues today with the second round, which is essentially the Sweet 16, and the Model Lady Blue Devils, Ian, are here for the third year in a row with this group, and super excited to see what they can do here in the Sweet 16.
Yeah, it's win or go home time and a chance to extend their season and move on to the Elite Eight in front of this home crowd tonight. The atmosphere in here is electric already.
It really is, man, and we're going to dive into these matchups in great detail over the course of our pregame, which we've got about 13 and a half minutes until we get started with the basketball game. But a little housekeeping, as we've got to do at the beginning of these broadcasts. We'll go ahead and get that out of the way so we can start talking about the matchup for you tonight. But the Georgia High School Association is a voluntary nonprofit organization composed of over 450 public and private high schools. The GHSA administers regulations for region and state competition in 19 sports and 2 activities. Founded in 1908, the GHSA strives to promote good sportsmanship, participant safety, and fair play among its member schools. For more information, you can visit GHSA.net. Follow @OfficialGHSA on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube. And by the way, the Georgia High School Association would like to thank its corporate partners for their valuable support of high school athletics and activities: Alpha Insurance, Georgia Electric Membership Corporation, Gatorade, Wilson BSN Sports, Atlanta Hawks, Mizuno, Atlanta Braves, Subway, Sports Medicine South, Atlanta Track Club, NFHS Network, Regions Bank, Max Preps, GoFan, and Georgia Public Broadcasting. With that said, we're going to take our first break, but when we get back in, we're going to dive right in. A lot to talk about before we get ready for the tip-off of this game, which is coming up at 4:30 today. So let's step out for a 3-minute break. We'll be back with more on the pregame after these messages.
Crestview Angus, your source for premium locally raised beef, delivering the finest quality from farm to table. Contact them on Facebook to place your order today. Welcome to Shannon Pharmacy, proudly serving the Shannon community since 2004. We're your small, full-service pharmacy with a big heart, offering friendly, professional service and a caring community feel. Whether you need prescriptions filled, expert advice, or health products, we're here for you. Experience the difference at Shannon Pharmacy, where your health is our priority. Visit us today. Attorney Stephen Woodard is pleased to help support this broadcast. Contact Mr. Woodard for your estate planning needs at area code 706-291-7050. WC Timber has been serving the Northwest Georgia and Northeast Alabama area since 1991. As a complete tree and timber service, WC Timber can handle thinning and clear cutting, tree chipping, stump removal, and storm damage, as well as bucket truck and crane services. For more information, visit them on the web at wctimber.com or give them a call at area code 706-238-1214. WC Timber and Tree Service.
win over Social Circle. Dominant win, 64-31 there in the first round. So this team comes in a well-oiled machine with a lot of confidence, and they've played a couple of their best basketball games in the last week.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got some great leadership on this squad, and just a great starting front court trio of August Betts, Eva Pointer, and Cam Sanders that they're just tough. They're tough on the boards. They defend all the loose balls, and I think that's going to be a key matchup is how they perform, especially on the defensive front against the Chargers.
No question about that. And, of course, in their victory in the first round, they would have 8 players that scored. 3 of those players got in double figures. Of course, Eva Pointer had a big game with 17 points. She had 12 points from Sasha Wood in that one, as well as 10 points for Jada Wells. And there were other contributors, as we referenced throughout the game. It was just a great team effort. Meanwhile, the Central Lady Chargers come into the basketball game after picking up a big victory there in the first round of the playoffs as well. And we'll tell you more about that coming up in just a couple of moments. But they are very, very strong team from top to bottom. They've got a deep roster. They had, I believe, 6 players that were honorable mention out of Region 2 this year as far as all-region was concerned. Jaslyn Johnson was first team all-region. Meanwhile, they have the defensive player of the year, Kadubo, and as well as a third-team all-region player in Marshall, and we'll talk about more of their other players on this team as we go along. But again, it's one of those teams, as soon as you're watching them warm up, the first thing you notice is they're very long and they have some size to them. But the other thing that jumps off the page watching their warm-ups, have you ever seen a team that warmed up with as much discipline as this team does?
Discipline and intensity, and it just shows they're a tight-knit group and well coached.
No doubt about it. And one of the things that I noticed when I was looking up information about this team, their head coach is Tamara Bolston Williams. She was the Region 2 Coach of the Year. Of course, it's a new region this year because of realignment and everything, but she's got a three-peat in terms of Coach of the Year of this basketball team. So she certainly knows what she's doing. And, of course, we know, the history of the Model Lady Devils, Blue Devils coach Sally Eccles and everything that she's accomplished here. So the one thing we do know about this matchup with a lot of unknowns is both of these teams are going to be extremely well coached and ready to play.
Yeah, it'll be a chess match between these two coaches as they make adjustments from the opening tip to the final buzzer.
Now, one of the things that jumped off the page to me when I was looking at the different information about the two teams was when I looked at the staff for this Central team, when I got to the assistant coaches, a name jumped off the page. Kawasi Reeves. Well, Kawasi Reeves Jr., it's his father. Okay. And, of course, Kawasi used to play at Florida and now plays at Georgia Tech and is one of the best players on Georgia Tech's basketball team the last couple of years, although I think he's hurt right now. I don't think he got to play today against Boston College. But I figured that would be a little tidbit that you'd get excited about since you're a fan of both Georgia Tech and Florida.
Yeah, absolutely. He's been a major contributor for the Gators and the Yellow Jackets throughout his college career.
And his sister, Casey Reeves, is on this basketball team and is a contributor. So she was one of those honorable mention players for all region this year.
Just a sophomore, but you got the 3 senior leaders that you mentioned, and there's going to be a lot of key matchups going into this game. Obviously, I think we'll see Model dial up the pressure defense, and how well can the Chargers handle that. And on the other end of the floor, we got Model's got to limit the turnovers. When they've had in their losses this year, they've struggled turning the ball over, so they're going to want to protect the ball. You always will need to do that, but limit the easy transition baskets.
Amen. And I was searching my notes here to remind myself of who Central beat in the score. It was Temple, of course, and they won that game 57-36. So one of the things that these two teams have in common is they both have dominant victories there in the first round. But there's no doubt this should be a really exciting, close game. So can't wait for it. And obviously, since we cover the Model games, we hope that Model's the team that advances and moves on. But, we certainly hope this is going to be a fun game, and I think it should be.
Yeah, absolutely. It all stacks up to be a barn burner.
Well, I do know one thing. I think you and I need to take a drink of water and catch our breaths before this thing gets started, because it is going to be a lot of action coming up. So we're going to do just that. Coming up in a matter of minutes, it's the Model Lady Devils, the Central Lady Chargers in the Sweet 16 second round of the GHSA playoffs. It's coming up in 3 minutes.
Crestview Angus, your source for premium, locally raised beef, delivering the finest quality from farm to table. Contact them on Facebook to place your order today.
Introducing the new Onward high-performance lithium-ion personal transportation vehicle from Club Car. When it comes to style, power, and performance, look no further. The Onward HP lithium-ion exceeds expectations with impressive hill climbing performance and high-power acceleration. No other vehicle in the industry can compete. Our automotive quality, self-contained battery is protected by a corrosion-resistant and watertight steel case. This state-of-the-art battery is maintenance-free. And with an industry-leading 6-year battery warranty, you can rest easy knowing your Onward HP lithium-ion is ready when you are. Welcome to the next era of Club Car innovation.
At Northwest Georgia Media, we're all about capturing the moments that matter to you. From sports to arts, from concerts to business events, we're equipped to share what's happening in your world, live and in high definition. We leverage cutting-edge technology and a knowledgeable crew to see that your most unforgettable events remain just that, unforgettable. Northwest Georgia Media, where the world is your audience.
You have to be tough to be the world's #1 selling farm tractor. Mahindra tractors are tough thanks to more built-in weight, so they can safely pull flex-wing mowers and rescue neighbors stuck in the mud. And you're tough too. You haul feed and pull a float on your hometown parade.
Let's pray.
And still make it to supper. Now that's tough. Sounds like we have a lot in common. Mahindra, the official tractor of tough.
Both teams playing here tonight in the Sweet 16, so we got a double header for you, and we're excited to bring it to you whether you're watching on the Northwest Georgia Media live stream or listening on the radio. Our coverage tonight presented by Mathis Trailers and Equipment Sales. And there is the buzzer for pregame festivities. We're going to get ready for your national anthem. Then we'll give you the starting lineups for the teams here tonight, and then we'll get the Sweet 16 round of the GHSA Class A Division I Girls State Basketball Championship Tournament. Second round underway. It's hard to believe that we're already at this point, man.
I know. I'm ready to rock and roll. How about you?
Oh, man. I got to tell you, I have been anxious all day, so I can only imagine what it's been like for the players and the coaches and the families of the players and things of that nature, because we're just fans. But, man, I can only imagine what this day's been like for them.
Absolutely. Here's
Here's your national anthem, folks.
You see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star for the land of the free and the home of the brave. Ladies and gentlemen,
Gymnasium. Let's give you our starting lineups, and then we'll get some basketball going here for the Sweet 16 round. We're going to start with the visiting Central Lady Chargers, and we will start with number 2. That's going to be Gabby Knowlton, a sophomore, honorable mention for All-Region this year. Also in the starting lineup for them, it's their leading scorer. It's going to be number 3, Jaslyn Johnson, a 6'1 senior, first-team All-Region player. Then number 4, Lauren Reeves Anderson, a 5'5 sophomore, honorable mention. Also in the starting lineup here for the team is going to be number 20, Chamaya Montgomery, a sophomore, honorable mention, all-region player. And then rounding out the starting 5 here for the Lady Chargers is going to be Frances Anyakudo. She is a senior and was the Defensive Player of the Year out of Region 2. And their head coach is Tamara Bolston-Williams, who just got the three-peat as the Coach of the Year in the regions that they played in the last few years. Now, for your model Lady Devils, and then we'll get things rolling inside Woodard Gymnasium. We're going to start with number 1, Cam Sanders, freshman phenom, 6 foot, first team all-region. Also number 14, JBS Samples, a 5'5 junior, second team all-region player this year. Also in the starting lineup for the Lady Devils, number 15, Sasha Wood, honorable mention all-region. Number 23, Eva Pointer, 5'9 junior, second team all-region. And rounding out the starting 5 for the Lady Devils is going to be number 21, August Betts, a 5'11 senior, and an honorable mention this year for all regions. So really good starting lineups for both teams, Ian.
You expect nothing less once you get to this stage in the state tournament.
Isn't that the truth? Well, we are just about ready to go here, folks. Everybody in position. It's going to be August Betts in the circle to tip things off for the Lady Blue Devils. Lady Devils in their white uniforms with blue letters and numbers and red trim, throwback uniforms. Meanwhile, Central is here in their blue uniforms with orange trim, or actually orange letters and numbers and white trim. And in the circle for them is going to be Frances Anyakudo, the Senior Defensive Player of the Year. And we are ready to go. The official about to bring the ball to Central floor. The fans wait in anticipation, and now it's time for the ball game. Lady Devils win the tip. Right off the gate scores Eva Pointer.
Yeah, August Betts tipped it to Pointer. Pointer wasted no time, did not hesitate, got the easy layup.
Baseline dribble, a heave to the top of the key. Now Central with the basketball for the first time of the ball game between the circles. Going to bounce it to the top of the key, go left wing side. Now with it is Johnson. Johnson surveys the floor. They want to go inside. Ball tipped away by Cam Sanders. Pointer came out with it. Now it goes back to Cam. Good defensive possession there. Here's Samples out to Wood. Left wing side, they go to Cam Sanders. Sanders stands on the left wing with it, going to bounce it out to Wood. She now stands between the circles, directing traffic. Model leads it 2-0. Now back to JVS Samples. She's now between the circles. Give it to Sanders. The give and go. They try to get it down to Samples. Betts comes out with it. Shoots too strong. And the ball's out of bounds on the Chargers.
Only 4 seconds left on the play clock here. So Model will have to inbound and create a shot quickly.
Indeed. So let's see what they line up here for this inbound play with 7:03 left to go in the first quarter of the ball game. Sasha Wood surveys the floor, finds Cam Sanders, and she fires it right wing. They're not aware of the shot clock is the problem. A heave from Samples, and that one rims out. They were not aware of how much time was on the shot clock.
I believe so. Samples did a good job to get one up off the glass.
Chargers for 3 on the other end. That one's going to rattle off the front of the rim. A battle for the rebound ensues, won by the Chargers. And that's going to be a whistle that goes against the Lady Devils. I believe it just went out of bounds. But right now, Casey Reeves set to inbound the basketball. Sister of Georgia Tech Yellow Jacket star, Kawasi Reeves Jr. I wonder how many times I'll say that in the broadcast.
Maybe a few.
Maybe so. All right, Lady Chargers with the basketball, directing traffic, trailing on the road 2-0. Now they start to work inside. A heave towards the bucket. Samples gets the rebound after the missed shot. wants to go fast, works her way to the right wing side. Now to Betts. Cam Sanders pulls the trigger on the three as a missed shot, and the rebound goes to the Chargers. They want to work fast the other way. Fires it right wing side, couldn't collect the ball in time to get a good look. Defense got back quick. Now they go right wing side, work it back to the slot. Ball poked away by Betts, but Chargers retain possession, missed the shot. Rebound goes to Model.
Yeah, good defense there by Betts, and Pointer comes over to get the box out and rebound.
Here's Sanders for three on the other end. That one goes off the side of the rim and out of bounds. Had a pretty good look there.
She did. 0 for 2 so far from behind the arc, but she'll keep taking that shot.
Still early in this one. 5:48 left to go in the first quarter. Both teams still trying to settle into this ball game. There are definitely a lot of emotions, a lot of nerves, I would suspect, going into a game like this.
High stakes. That's why we love this time of year.
No question. One of these teams is going to move on, survive and advance, and the other one is going to watch their season come to a close. All right, Chargers with the ball, going to bounce it up to the top of the key. Now between the circles, they go left wing side, work baseline, a heave towards the bucket. Great defense so far for the Lady Devils. Samples comes out with the ball, going to leave it off for Sasha Wood. Wood on to Sanders. Sanders surveys the floor, back to Wood between the circles. Model working right to left. Samples with the basketball on the perimeter, now dribbles up towards the top of the key, sends it right wing side to Wood. 5 minutes to go in the first quarter. Model up 2-0. Sanders at the free throw line with the ball. Going to work inside, turns, needs some help, finds Wood, fires the three, and that one is going to go off the side of the rim. Rebound collected by Chargers.
Not able to get the three ball to go. Clinging to a 2-0 lead early are the Model Blue Devils.
Chargers trying to work it inside, post up, shot, and that's in. Their first bucket is going to be for Johnson. And it's 2-2, tied up at 2 apiece. Model comes back the other way. Sasha Wood stands between the circles, now sends the offense in motion. Over to Betts on the left wing side, now up top to Sanders. Sanders will go to work, spins around into the lane, but she's got a defender all over her, and that's a turnover, Lady Devils.
Sanders got herself into trouble there, driving. Good defense by the Lady Chargers.
Went to work on Frances Anyakudo. As we told you, she was the Defensive Player of the Year in Region 2 and made a great defensive stop there. Lady Chargers to bring it up the floor with the game tied up at 2 apiece. Almost halfway through the first quarter of the ball game, they cross over into the front court. Now work it off to the left wing side in the hands of Simmons. Simmons surveys the floor, sends it back up top to Johnson. Now right wing side they go. Dribbles, now gives it off to teammate. Stripped away Eva Pointer, but good job there by Chargers on the recovery. They retain possession of the ball. Going to fire the three-point shot from long range. That one caroms over the rim. There's a block for August Betts. Now left wing side, thought about the three, pump fake, drives in, and gets offensive foul.
Betts did a great job. She is masterful at getting him to position, never afraid to take the charge.
And that was Casey Reeves picking up her first foul. And Sasha Wood will bring it up the floor. Jada Wells is going to check into the game for Model when we have a stoppage of play. Javia Samples on the left wing with it, sends it up top to Sanders. Sanders starts to work, goes off towards the right wing, drives in, 3 defenders on her, misses the shot, got it to the rim.
She did.
Here come the Lady Chargers on the other end, a heave towards the bucket, and that'll get her to the free throw line.
And this time, though, it looks like they got Betts with the block.
And so Simmons is going to go to the free throw line with a couple of shots coming up here for Central-Macon, visiting today here, playing in the second round of the playoffs. We're tied up at 2 apiece. Not a lot of scoring in the first 5 minutes, but plenty of action. Simmons fires the first free throw. It's through, and that'll give the Chargers their first lead of the basketball game.
First free throws of the game here as well.
So one more coming up for Simmons, the sophomore. And she stands at the free throw line getting ready to fire another one with 3:11 left to go, and she makes them both. And now it's 4-2 in favor of the Chargers.
Chargers are taking the lead.
So Lady Devils with the basketball now, trailing for the first time of the first quarter of the ball game. Fires outside. There's Sasha Wood for three. Misses the shot. It was a great feed from Sanders. Betts got the rebound, tried to pass it outside. It was picked off by Marshall. Here come the Lady Chargers. Send it right wing side into the corner. Sanders is there, so now they feed it back up to the top of the key in between the circles. With it is Simmons. She starts to go to the work to the right wing side. Going to need some help. Leaves it off for Johnson. Johnson now back over to Knowlton. Knowlton back around to the left wing side they go. In front of the model bench, up top to Johnson. Going to drive in. Gets blocked by Betts.
August Betts already has a couple of blocks here in the first quarter.
And so we're going to see Simmons, the sophomore here for the Chargers, inbound the ball momentarily. She surveys the floor and going to send it right into the paint. Backing up, shooting, and that's going to be a shot clock violation.
Yeah. On the other end of the floor, we're seeing the Chargers really they're playing a zone defense and doing a great job of walling off the basket when Model does get the ball into the paint, and they're allowing Model to get some decent shots from behind the arc. Blue Devils just haven't been able to knock them down so far.
Javius Samples with the ball is going to heave it towards the near side, and August Betts, who had to go quite a ways to catch up with it and grab it. Ball is going to be stolen, but stolen right back by Wood. She loses the handle. It'll be picked up by the Lady Chargers. Johnson going to feed it off to Simmons. Simmons goes to work, sends it left wing side, fires the three, and that one's an air ball. Rebound picked up by Sanders. Sanders leaves it for Wood. Wood between the circles, now to Betts. Betts going to work the left wing side. Goes deep into the corner, feeds it back up top to Samples. She's on the near side now, nearly lost the handle, gives it to Betts, breaks baseline, puts it up, little runner. It's going to be left short, and the long rebound goes to the Lady Chargers. Driving with it is Knowlton, gets blocked by Samples, but there's some contact as well.
I guess they get Samples there with the body. We're going to see some subs come into the game here from Model. And this, you talked about the chess match between two excellent coaches. We're going to be interesting to see what changes Coach Eccles makes as far as attacking the basket in the half court. And bringing in sharpshooting Sadie Rawton may be an answer to that.
Very well may be. Knowlton with 2 free throws coming up, and that one's going to rattle off the back of the rim. That's their first miss from the free throw line out of 3 tries.
Also into the game comes Samantha Betts. We've seen the youngster make some big plays. She had a few big baskets in the first round of the playoffs as well.
Good shooter.
Yeah.
Second shot on the way, and that one is through. So they are 3 of 4 from the line. Knowlton knocks down her second, and that moves the score to 5-2. 3-point lead here for Central out of Macon. Samantha Betts with the ball, sends it left wing to Pointer. She gives it to Rotten. That's her sweet spot, and it bounces off the top of the rim. And the rebound goes to the Chargers. I thought that was going in for a second.
I did too.
Simmons fires right wing side here for the Lady Chargers. And the ball is deflected out of bounds by Samples. We got 48.6 seconds left in the first quarter of the ball game. As subbing back into the game is going to be Ja'Kaylee Marshall, the senior, second team, or is it third team all region, I believe.
Casey Reeves back into the game as well. Who's your brother?
Kawasi Reeves Jr., Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets star. Big fan. I was reading earlier that he's also an author. He's already got out 1 book, and he's got another one coming out sometime soon. Right wing side, they go to the Lady Chargers. Now back up top. Simmons has got it, being guarded by Samples. They go back to the right wing, going to drive baseline, fires it inside, and that's going to be a tie-up, I believe.
Ball will stay on this end with the Chargers.
Shot clock violation.
Even better.
Yeah.
And the shot clock will be off for the remainder of the first quarter, so Model can opt to play for the last shot if they so choose.
Fantastic defense there for the Lady Devils. All right, Lady Devils bringing up the floor. Samantha is going to give it off to Samples. Now on to Sadie Rotten. She surveys the floor, finds a wide open Samples, decides to drive, gets blocked. She's going to the line.
Good job there by Samples. She had the open look, but the threes haven't been falling, so she opts for the pump fake, gets to the rim, draws the foul. If they could get these bigs in foul trouble, that might also free some things up underneath the basket, because right now it has just been an absolute wall down there. Not really allowing anybody to get off an uncontested shot.
So Samples at the free throw line with 2 shots coming up. If she makes them both, it'd cut it to a 1-point ball game. First one's on the way, and that one rattles off the rim. So obviously the best she can do here is cut it to a 2-point game with 11.8 seconds left to go in the first quarter of a really exciting first quarter, despite not a lot of scoring. One more coming up for Samples. She fires, and that one rattles in.
So the drought ends there, and Model trims it to a 2-point game.
So Jamrie Simmons with the basketball dribbles right, and that is a double dribble.
Well, turnover, and Model will have a chance. They'll have to move quickly. 5.3 seconds left to get the ball up the floor and find a shot.
And they'll get it from the near sidelines in the backcourt. Going to send it to Samples. Now back to Betts. Going to give it to Pointer. Fires the 3, and it's off the front of the rim.
It's close.
It was a good thought. They just couldn't get the shot to go, and that's the end of the first quarter. And the Chargers are going to lead the Lady Devils 5-3. We're going to step out for a 1-minute timeout. We'll be right back for the second quarter.
You look exhausted. Dude, my to-do list got the best of me. I finally sharpened the blade, trimmed the yard, raked the leaves, and then I mowed.
Yeah, me too.
Get out. You're not even breaking a sweat.
I know. My grasshopper trimmed around the yard, power vacked the leaves, and then mowed. I did all of it without leaving my seat.
I gotta get a grasshopper.
Finish fall cleanup and be ready for winter with a grasshopper mower.
Here we go again.
Crestview Angus, your source for premium locally raised beef, delivering the finest quality from farm to table. Contact them on Facebook to place your order today.
Central will open with possession of the basketball and with the lead 5-3 as we start the second quarter. Lady Devils playing the Chargers here in the second round of the GHSA State Playoff Tournament. One season will end and one team will survive and advance today in this game. And we got another one coming up after this one. Looking forward to the remainder of this one in the second game as well. Shot off the glass is missed. Rebound is going to go to Central. They try to get it to the rim on a second try.
Oh, wow.
I thought it was out on the Chargers. I didn't.
Pretty clear from my perspective, but, you know, they're not paying us to referee.
They wouldn't pay me.
I wouldn't take the job.
I wouldn't either. Reeves surveys the floor, sends it right to Samples, who picks off the pass. Here's Eva Pointer. She spins around towards the lane, gives it out to Sanders. Lost the handle momentarily. Now to Betts on the right wing side. Model with the ball, trailing by 2. Sanders backs her way in, gives it off to Pointer. Long shot off the side of the backboard. Here's Samples, fires the 3, and that one's off the back of the rim. It won't go. Those perimeter shots just will not fall.
No, not been able to get one to go down still. 0 for behind the arc.
Central with the basketball. Simmons with it up at the top of the key, dribbling. Now it's going to send some motion there to her players. Goes to the right wing side. Now Simmons with the ball again. Now starts to work. Sends it to the free throw line. They kick it out, working it around the perimeter, trying to go inside. Ball was deflected by Samples, but it stays with the Chargers. Backs up, puts up a shot, misses, gets the rebound. Second look on the way. And Sanders comes out with it.
The defense on both sides has been amazing around the basket.
Both of these teams only giving up around 35 points a game. Didn't get around to pointing that out in our pregame, to your point. Ball stays with Model, but we're going to have a tie-up.
They're calling a foul on the floor.
Oh.
Yeah. I think they got 21.
And that's going to be Francis Enyakudo. And now Sasha Wood gets ready to inbound the ball here for the Lady Devils. 6.5 to go in the second quarter of the ball game. They send it up top to Cam Sanders. Now around to the right wing side in the corner. Work it back to the slot and Samples, who now decides to work in the paint. Nice move. Couldn't get the finish. Sanders with the putback and it falls.
Lid comes off the basket. I tell you, Cam Sanders, every time she's got the ball in the paint, there have been 3 defenders on top of her immediately. That time she's able to get the offensive rebound and the putback.
We're locked up at 5 apiece. Now the Chargers with the ball on the other end. Now going to work towards the lane, puts up the quick shot, misses. Samples gets the rebound. The Lady Devils can take the lead with this possession. Here's Samples into the lane. Scoop shot is missed. There is Pointer trying to get the rebound. It's stolen away though, and going back the other way with it is going to be Montgomery for the Chargers. Bounce it up top to Reeves, fires the 3. That one is going to go off the side of the rim. Kept in bounds. Nope, it's going to be out of bounds.
I think Samples, when she made her drive to the basket, was almost surprised at how open she was at the end. She split the defenders and was not able to hit the layup.
We got a timeout on the floor, so we'll take advantage. 5 minutes and 35 seconds left to go second quarter. We're locked up at 5 apiece between your Model Lady Devils and the Central Lady Chargers. We're back in 30 seconds.
WC Timber has been serving the Northwest Georgia and Northeast Alabama area since 1991. As a complete tree and timber service, WC Timber can handle thinning and clear cutting, tree chipping, stump removal, and storm damage, as well as bucket truck and crane services. For more information, visit them on the web at wctimber.com or give them a call at area code 706-238-1214. WC Timber and Tree.
Basketball tournament, second round, or the Sweet 16. And Model with the basketball, all knotted up at 5 with the Lady Chargers. Betts going to try to lob it to Sanders. Got away from her, kind of sailed a little bit and out of bounds.
Again, excellent defense there on the block from the Chargers. And I think we're seeing the guards from Model try to get in on the dribble drive and then find their teammates to see if they can pull these defenders off of their front court players. And they've had some better looks so far in this second quarter.
Indeed, and Simmons checks back into the game. Reeves is going to bring it up the floor here for the Lady Chargers. All tied up at 5 apiece, almost to the 5-minute mark of the second quarter of the ball game. Now dribbling with it is Simmons. She'll go back between the circles, almost at midcourt. Now starts to work towards the right wing, gives it back to Reeves. Now they go deep into the corner to Johnson, who will drive baseline on Pointer. Pointer does a great job keeping in front of her. Now here's a little shot, and it is through. Kind of a circus shot there.
Reeves, yeah, heck of a drive there.
Sasha Wood with the basketball, trying to work around the screen on the right side. Now back to Betts. She dribbles up towards the top of the key, leaves it for Samples. Samples with the head fake. Now backs up between the circles, now works left. Samples dribbling, now sends it inside, trying to get it to Betts, and it went off her fingertips.
An unforced error there. Model's got to try to avoid those. Sadie Rotten's going to check into the game for August Betts.
So a couple of unforced turnovers here for Model in the last couple of possessions. And Central leads at 7-5. They've got 2-point lead on the Lady Devils. All right, they send it to the left wing side. Now with the basketball is going to be Johnson. Now feeds it up towards the top of the key. Ball is tipped by Pointer.
Yeah, but that blast deflected off of Johnson. It'll go the other way. Pointer doing what she does so well. Just getting, even if it's just a fingernail, it's hard to get a ball past her.
She's one of those players that you just look, it feels like she's everywhere.
Yeah.
She's so disruptive. Sasha Wood going to bring it up the floor, gives it off to Samples. Samples now to Sanders, who drives towards the low block, leaves it for Pointer, puts it up and in.
Soft touch from Eva Pointer, her 4th point of the game. picking up where she left off in round one.
Simmons across the timeline, tries to hand it off to the low block. Pointer steals it away. And here comes Samples with the basketball, wanting to work quick. Gives it to Wood, drives in, gets
contact. Yeah, great
kind
job
of a late
there.
Whistle,
but she got the contact. A little Euro step there, switched to her left hand to try to get the layup off, but got the contact before as she was in the act of shooting, and can give Model the lead if she can hit a free throw.
And I believe Greer was charged with the foul. Shots on the way. That one's off the back of the iron, won't go. And we get ready for the second shot after Wood's first free throw was a miss. Tied up at 7 apiece, of course.
The Model has not led since they were up 2-0 early.
And now they lead it just after you say that. Sasha Wood makes her second free throw, and it's 8-7. Lady Devils on top. Reeves with the basketball across the timeline here for the Lady Chargers. Works around a screen. Now sends it left wing side. Simmons, little runner, and that one's in and out. And she pokes it out of bounds. Nope, it was out on Model. And so Reeves will survey the floor as Jacaylee Marshall subs back into the game. And Reeves surveys the floor, going to lob it in. Driving into the lane. There's a little scoop shot, and it's going to be through for Johnson.
Good job. Strong hands to get that ball off after playing through the defenders.
Sasha Wood sends it left wing side. Now to Pointer from the free throw line, left short. I think that may have been partially blocked, Ian. Here comes Reeves, going to fire it inside. Simmons off the glass, gets fouled, misses the shot.
They had numbers there, 3-on-1. Wood did a pretty good job defending there. Couldn't avoid committing the foul, but she did contest the shot.
So Jamrie Simmons is going to the free throw line with a couple of shots coming up. Right now, Central has taken the lead back narrowly. 9-8 is your score. 3:07 left to go in the second quarter. Shot on the way, and that one is through. She'll get ready for her second, make it a 2-point lead.
Well, the Devils fans, they showed up early, and they plan on staying late. Great crowd here for this ball game.
Oh, absolutely. Second shot on the way is through, and to your point on that, the Devils fans have come in droves, and also there was a spirit bus that brought some folks up from Macon to cheer on the Lady Chargers. So they've got a pretty good amount of fans as well. Too. And then also some folks are already here for the next game from East Lawrence. Ball is stolen away, picked off pass, driving into the lane. Little scoop shot is missed, but she gets fouled. And that's Jacaylee Marshall going to the free throw line.
And that time Sanders just never looked off the defender before she made a little loud pass in there looking for Samantha Betts. And the defender had her eyes on it the whole way. Got out in transition. Sanders did a pretty good job defending it, but we're seeing the Chargers get to the free throw line a little bit more frequently here in the second quarter.
Marshall getting ready to take her first free throw of the game, and that one is going to go right through. And they've made all three here in the second quarter, Ian.
Well, you want to make the other team pay when you get to the charity stripe. And so far, the Chargers are doing that here in the third.
Marshall with one more coming up. Second shot in the air, and that one is through.
I tried to compliment him.
And, you know, the thing about it, when you watch a team that warm-ups as disciplined as this team, there's no doubt, you know, they spent a lot of time in practice working on free throws and the, you know, the details of the game.
Right now, so you can see the frustration on Eccles' face right now. The Model's gotten loose with the ball here in the second quarter.
And so she'll call a timeout, to your point. So we're going to do the same thing right now. Central is on top with the biggest lead of the game, 13-8 over Model, a 5-point lead. Let's step out for 30 seconds. We'll be right back.
WC Timber has been serving the Northwest Georgia and Northeast Alabama area since 1991. As a complete tree and timber service, WC Timber can handle thinning and clear cutting, tree chipping, stump removal, and storm damage, as well as bucket truck and crane services. For more information, visit them on the web at wctimber.com or give them a call at area code 706-238-1214.
We welcome you back to live coverage of the GHSA Class A Division I Girls Basketball Championship Tournament, second round. Model hosting Central out of Macon right now, trailing 13-8 They've got a 5-point lead. They drive baseline. Little runner is going to go off the front of the rim. Jada Wells collects the rebound for Model. Lady Devils across into the front court here. Samples now to Betts, sends it left wing side. They get it into Betts. Now back out to Samantha Betts to Sadie Rotten. Great ball movement. The shot will not fall. Wells collects the rebound. Doesn't make the shot, but she gets fouled and is going to the line.
Jada Wells into the game and immediately contributing and doing what she does so well, crashing the offensive glass and getting the ball back up. She'll go to the line for 2.
2:18 left to go, second quarter. Model trails by 5 points. Big opportunity here from the stripe. First one on the way, and that one's off the back of the rim. A little bit flat there.
And some good looks from behind the arc continue to present themselves to Model on offense. They just can't get them to drop.
Wells going to try to dial up a little bit more arch on this one. Puts the shot in the air, and that one's off the back of the rim for the second time. Here come the Lady Chargers across the timeline, leading by 5 points as we close in on the 2-minute mark of the second quarter of the ball game. Simmons with the basketball, dribbles to the left wing side. Feeds it in front of the Model bench. Now inside, driving, puts up the shot. That's off the side of the rim. Samples there and gets the rebound. There were 3 defenders all over.
Great defense there.
Sadie Rotten, Samantha Betts. Now to Javia Samples in front of the Chargers bench. Right wing side to Samantha. Now back to Samples. On to Sadie Rotten. No look for her, so she'll send it back up top to Samples. Drives into the lane, Euro step, and rattles in.
What a tank by Samples.
That was something.
Yeah, split the defenders and laid it up soft.
Cuts it to a 3-point ball game. Here is the Chargers on the other end. A heave at the end of the play. And the ball goes back to Model. Samples into the lane and gets fouled.
Yep. And we're seeing this change in strategy here because the defense has been so great by the Lady Chargers. You're really seeing the guards from Model push the energy and try to get to the basket before they can get back and get in their set defense.
And it's been an effective strategy without question. Lady Devils have brought it back within 3 with Samples at the free throw line with a great opportunity here for the Lady Devils in the closing minute and 22 seconds of the first half. Shot on the way for Samples. That one rattles off the rim. Another missed opportunity there from the free throw line. And that's been one of the frustrating parts of the game so far for the Lady Devils is the free throws.
Can't get them to fall. Hopefully Samples can change that trend here with this next attempt.
So Samples with one more coming up, takes a hard look at the bucket and sinks it.
Drained it. All right. Back on track, and the lead is down to 2.
Lady Chargers have led by as many as 5 here in this half. First half of the game, 1 minute and 15 seconds remaining in it. Lady Chargers with the ball. They start to drive. Send it left wing side to Simmons. Now a heave to the right wing. 3 ball in the air, and that one's going to sail over the rim and out of bounds. Coming back to the Lady Devils.
Good job by August Betts there to let that one go. And the Model will have it going the other way with Samantha Betts set to inbound.
She gives it to Samples, who will bring it up the floor. Going to give it to August Betts. Betts spins around, now dribbles, gives it off to Samples. 56 seconds on the clock remaining here in the first half. Model trails by 2, 13-11. Samples picks up her dribble, bounces it to Samantha Betts, tries to lob it inside. Samantha with the ball, and it's going to be poked free. Samantha comes in and retains possession. Now to Samples, fires.
On the 3.
And she's going to shoot 3 from the charity strike.
That should be 3 shots. Oh.
Yep.
Yes. Confirmed by the official.
So Javia Samples, who just shot a couple, made her second free throw. Let's see if she's dialed in here for these 3. The last one looked pretty darn good.
It did.
And sometimes it just
takes one
to get going, you know. First shot on the way, and that one's going to rattle off the rim. Rim not kind on that one.
No. Shot looked good all the way to the basket.
If she can make both of these, though, the remaining 2 could tie up the ball game. So Samples goes through a routine, fires the second one. That's off the front of the rim. And sometimes it just kind of gets in your head a little bit. But she'll try to shake it off here and see if she can make the third and cut it to a 1-point ball game. And that one's going to rattle in.
1 out of 3. And it's a 1-point lead for the Chargers.
Simmons dribbles off to the right wing side, leaves it off for Johnson. Now back to Simmons. She dribbles towards the slot on the right wing side. Now back up top, goes back to Johnson. She'll drive, spin move towards the rim, misses the shot, gets her own rebound, and that's a foul on the floor before the shot.
Model with only 2 team fouls up to this point, so that will give the Chargers the ball under the basket.
They're going to get August Betts with that one.
The shot clock will turn off on that foul, so Central could hold for the last shot.
And Simmons surveys the floor, looking to trigger it in motion. She goes up top with it. Now they work it up between the circles. With the ball is Johnson. Now starts to work, sends it right wing side to Simmons. Down to the 10-second mark of the half. Simmons now dribbling at the top of the key, trying to work around a screen, sends it right wing side. They got to work quick. 3 seconds, heave towards the bucket and a miss. But we're going to see Marshall going back to the line, and she's a good free throw shooter.
She did a good job splitting defenders there. I didn't see, I guess Rotten got her on the arm up top.
But 2 shots coming up here for Marshall. First free throw's in the air, and that one's going to rattle in, so she's made 3 in a row.
And the difference in this game is converting at the free throw line.
I mean, they have been impressive at the stripe. We'll give you the total numbers in a minute, but shot on the way, and that one's going to rattle in. 4 in a row for that young lady. That gives Central a 3-point lead. There's a heave at the buzzer. And that's the end of the first half.
It is.
And the Lady Chargers are going to go into the locker room with a 15-12 lead over your Lady Blue Devils. We're going to take a break. We'll come back with a halftime show after a 3-minute break. We'll be right back.
Crestview Angus, your source for premium locally raised beef, delivering the finest quality from farm to table. Contact them on Facebook to place your order today. Welcome to Shannon Pharmacy, proudly serving the Shannon community since 2004. We're your small, full-service pharmacy with a big heart, offering friendly, professional service and a caring community feel. Whether you need prescriptions filled, expert advice, or health products, we're here for you. Experience the difference at Shannon Pharmacy, where your health is our priority. Visit us today. Attorney Stephen Woodard is pleased to help support this broadcast. Contact Mr. Woodard for your estate planning needs at area code 706-291-7050. WC Timber has been serving the Northwest Georgia and Northeast Alabama area since 1991. As a complete tree and timber service, WC Timber can handle thinning and clear cutting, tree chipping, stump removal, and storm damage, as well as bucket truck and crane services. For more information, visit them on the web at wctimber.com or give them a call at area code 706.
All right, we welcome you back into live coverage of model basketball provided by Northwest Georgia Media and WLAQ, presented by Mathis Trailers and Equipment Sales. And we do want to go ahead and thank all of our sponsors right out of the gate as we start our halftime, because without their sponsorship and support, we couldn't have this coverage, and we really appreciate it. Stephen P. Woodard, LLC, Attorneys at Law, Estate Planning, Snodgrass and Robinson Plastic Surgery Specialists, WC Timber, Dogwood Books, Shannon Pharmacy, and Crestview Angus. All that on the video side. Radio sponsors today: Mathis Trailers and Equipment Sales, Dogwood Books, Allen Murphy Appliance Center, Sylvan Learning Center, Quick Lane at Courtesy Ford, Georgia Northwestern Technical College, Rome Orthopedic Center, and also brought to you by Ware Mechanical. Thank you so much for your support of our live coverage of high school athletics. Couldn't do it without you, of course. Now, let's start to dive into some numbers here. Ian, really interesting first half despite not a lot of scoring. Both teams coming to this game we knew were great defensive teams, no question about that. That's been on full-on display. And to one of your points that you made towards the end of the second quarter, the difference has been from the free throw line. It's really hurt Model, and it's really helped Central. And to establish that for you, it's been pretty even in terms of how many trips to the line. Model has had 9 attempts. They've made 3. Meanwhile, on the other side, Central Lady Chargers, they've had 10 attempts from the free throw line. They've missed 1. They are 9 of 10 from the charity stripe. And you look at the score, and it's 15-12. Model trails only by 3 points. 9 of the 15 points for Central from the stripe.
Yeah, that's where the separation has come from. It's not much. Model's done a good job fighting on defense, but right now it's been the Chargers taking advantage of those trips to the charity stripe, and the Devils struggling at 3 for 9 on the half. And no 3 balls. I don't think either team's hit a 3.
No, you're right.
Yeah.
Neither team has been able to do that. There have been some decent looks. I know the Lady Blue Devils have had maybe 3 or 4 really good looks from three-point land, but just hadn't been able to convert. So you have a couple of those shots fall there in those first couple of quarters. You're looking at a different situation.
Absolutely. And Miles just got to keep fighting. They did change that strategy up, trying to let the guards attack the bigs on the bounce, and then let their bigs crash the boards and or make that extra pass. The strategy was working. They were getting the free throw line again, just not able to take advantage when they did. But they did get some buckets underneath in the second quarter that we didn't see in the first.
Well, let's break down the scoring real quick. The Model Lady Devils will pick up 2 points from Cam Sanders, 1 from Sasha Wood, 4 points for Eva Pointer, with a bucket in each of the first and second quarters. Leading scorer for the Model Lady Devils, and the leading scorer in the game, I should also add, is Javia Samples, who had 5 points. Meanwhile, for the Central Lady Chargers out of Macon, they'd have 1 point from Gabby Knowlton. That was from the free throw line in the first quarter of the ball game. 4 points apiece for Jazz Johnson and also Jamry Simmons. 2 points for Casey Reeves, and then 4 points all from the free throw line for Jacaylee Marshall, the senior there, again with 4 points. So that should all add up there. And Central leads it over Model right now, 15-12. We've got about 3 minutes and 45 seconds until we start the second half of this game. So we will go ahead and recognize the crew real quick and take our last break. But today you've got midcourt cameras with Benton Potts and Zane Nicholson, both members of the soccer team here at Model. Replay is Uta Patterson. Director is Nathan Patterson. I'm Matt Davis alongside Ian Griffin with the commentary tonight provided by WLAQ Radio here in Rome. Lynn Butler's back at the studio. Let's send it back to the studio, by the way, for a 3-minute timeout. Second half's coming up. Model trails Central 15-12. We'll be back in 3.
You look exhausted.
Dude, my to-do list got the best of me. I finally sharpened the blade, trimmed the yard, raked the leaves, and then I mowed.
Yeah, me too.
Get out. You're not even breaking a sweat.
I know. My grasshopper trimmed around the yard, power vacked the leaves, and then mowed. I did all of it without leaving my seat.
I gotta get a grasshopper.
Finish fall cleanup and be ready for winter with a grasshopper mower.
Here we go again.
Welcome to Shannon Pharmacy, proudly serving the Shannon community since 2004. We're your small, full-service pharmacy with a big heart, offering friendly, professional service and a caring community feel. Whether you need prescriptions filled, expert advice, or health products, we're here for you. Experience the difference at Shannon Pharmacy, where your health is our priority. Visit us today. WC Timber has been serving the Northwest Georgia and Northeast Alabama area since 1991. As a complete tree and timber service, WC Timber can handle thinning and clear cutting, tree chipping, stump removal, and storm damage, as well as bucket truck and crane services. For more information, visit them on the web at wctimber.com or give them a call at area code 706-238-1214. WC Timber and Tree Service. Attorney Stephen Woodard is pleased to help support this broadcast. Contact Mr. Woodard for your estate planning needs at area code 706-291-7050.
Welcome you back into the GHSA Class A Division I Girls State Basketball Championship Tournament. Second round, hosted here inside Woodard Gymnasium, home of the Model Lady Devils, the number 3 seed in Class A Division I this year, playing the number 14 seed. However, this is a top 10 matchup according to the AJC. Number 3, Model Lady Devils, number 6, Central Lady Chargers, and it certainly looks like it, doesn't it?
It does. I think this is anybody's ball game.
No doubt. Very well-matched team. Sasha Wood's going to bring it up the floor for Model. We're underway with the second half. Model trailing by only 3 points. Samples loses the handle and a turnover right out of the gate. And so to send things in motion is going to be Montgomery for the Chargers. They'll bring it up the floor. Reeves has got it. Now they work it all the way into the left wing side to Johnson. She dribbles up towards the top of the key, sends it right wing side, open 3, and that's going to rattle off the top of the rim. Kept in bounds, though, by the Chargers. They'll retain possession. She travels. Started to pass, extended, and kind of slid her pivot foot.
Yeah, she was trying to split the defenders with that step and lost her footing.
And so Sasha Wood going to bring it up the floor for the Lady Devils. Still waiting on a score here in the third quarter of the ball game. Sanders has got it. Now sends it right wing side to Wood. Drives baseline. Now back up to Sanders in the slot. They go up top to August Betts. She sends it left wing side. Samples drives baseline off the glass. It won't go. Sanders has got the rebound. Tries to clean it up and gets fouled.
She gets fouled by Anya Kudo.
And so Sanders has got a couple opportunities from the free throw line. Really versatile player. Obviously, she's one of those players that can beat you down low, can shoot from the perimeter. She can do a lot.
Tip of the cap to the Chargers. They've done a great job defending her. And unfortunately, the trend from the free throw line is continuing in the third quarter with that one rattling out for Sanders.
Was 3 of 9 from the line in the first half. Now 0 for 1. Let's see if Sanders can knock this down and make it a 2-point ball game. So Sanders' second free throw goes through her routine, puts up the shot. That one rattles off the front of the rim, and the woes continue. Reeves across the timeline here for the Lady Chargers. Now sends it up top to Johnson. Fires the three. That's off the back of the rim. Collecting the rebound is August Betts and gives it to Samples. Sasha Wood with it on the right wing side. Dribbles in front of the sidelines. Now works her way back up top. Sends it right wing side. Samples lobs it underneath the pointer. Turns, shoots, and rattles off the rim. Betts trying to get the rebound. Knocks it out of bounds.
Yeah, good effort there by Betts to get in there and get her hand on the ball, but bounces out of bounds. So we'll go back to the Chargers. No points yet in this second half.
And Zeke Palermo sitting right next to us, the sports editor of the Rome News Tribune. He made an observation that August has kind of been grabbing at her wrist, and it looks like it's taped up, he was saying. So I don't know if that's a wristband or if it's tape or what the deal is, but little runner on the other end is going to rattle in. Was that Reeves? I think
it was.
So that's the first bucket for her in the third quarter in the second half, and now it's 17-12 in favor of the visiting Chargers. Model needing a bucket big time. There's Sasha Wood going to drive towards the low block. Nobody picks her up, goes in, misses the shot. Oh, man.
All right, now there's just a lid on the basket for Model.
Been one of those nights so far. Long three on the other end. Wow, it was a big shot by Ja'Kaylee Marshall.
Just like that, the lead is ballooned to 8, and Sally Eccles will take a timeout.
Good timeout. Try to regroup here. Not let things get too far out of hand here. 20-12, Central on top of Model. Let's step out for 30 seconds.
Crestview Angus, your source for premium locally raised beef, delivering the finest quality from farm to table. Contact them on Facebook to place your order today. Attorney Stephen Woodard is pleased to help support this broadcast. Contact Mr. Woodard for your estate planning needs at area code 706-291-7050.
Well, it's been a tough start to the first few minutes of the third quarter of the ball game for the Lady Devils. A 5-0 run here after the made three from Ja'Kaylee Marshall. For the Lady Chargers, Coach Eccles called a timeout. Do not want this momentum to grow anymore here for this Chargers team.
No, and Models had some good looks. Got to the free throw line, missed both of them. Sasha Wood made a great move to the basket. Had a bunny, but that one rolled off the rim and out. But it really feels important for Model to stop this run before it balloons to a double-digit lead.
Couldn't agree more. Sample sends it up top to Betts. She surveys the floor, sends it right wing to Pointer. She'll back her way in, fires it back out to Wood. Now to Samples, gonna lob it underneath, gets it to Sanders, drives, strong drive, missed the shot, and then a tie-up's gonna be forced. No, they're gonna call a foul, I believe.
Betts with the foul.
I've got her with 3, and so does the scorebook.
And Jada Wells coming into the game immediately.
So Central will bring it up the floor and try to extend this run. Right now it's 5-0. In the third quarter, they lead at 20-12. Missed the shot, but get the contact, and they've been fired from the free throw line.
Wood gets the foul, and
we're going to see Casey Reeves' first free throws of the ball game, but I'm guessing she's a good free throw shooter. She gets ready at the line, goes through her routine, and the first shot's on the way, and it's in.
Lead up to 9.
We have not seen anybody go to the line for this team that's not good at shooting free throws.
That's true.
Yet. One more coming up for Casey Reeves. Second shot on the way, and that one rattles off the back of the rim. Tracking down the rebound is Sadie Rotten. Cam Sanders going to feed it over to Wood. Wood dribbles between the circles, now to the left wing side in front of the Model bench. Now going to give it to Wells at the free throw line, kick it out to Sadie Rotten. Rotten turns, needing some help. He's going to get it to Cutting Wood into the lane, drives low block, turns, gets it back to Rotten for 3 and in.
Yes,
big shot there, Ian.
Huge shot. The senior, great job by Wood to stay under control and kick that one back out for the corner 3.
Sadie Rotten delivered a big three when Model absolutely had to have it. Steal from Samples, ball poked free. Samples recovers, drives, misses the shot, gets the contact. This is a big swing with the Model.
Nice swing here. Got to take advantage of these free throws.
They're going to get Gabby Knowlton there with the foul. And Javia Samples with a big opportunity here from the free throw line. Taking a deep breath before this first one, and she knows the gravity of the situation and knocks it down. That was huge.
Strips it, yes, indeed. Lead had gotten up to 9 points. And Model has trimmed it back to 5 with a chance to get it to 4 on this next free throw.
And so Samples takes the ball from the official, goes through her routine, and fires the second free throw. That one's going to rattle off the rim. The rebound's going to go to the Lady Chargers, and the score remains 21-16. 5-point deficit for Model. Chargers on top, and a whistle and a timeout is going to be called there by Coach Bolston Williams of Central. So we're going to take it as well. Central 21, Model 16, 4:34 left to go third quarter. We're back in 30 seconds.
Welcome to Shannon Pharmacy, proudly serving the Shannon community since 2004. We're your small, full-service pharmacy with a big heart, offering friendly, professional service and a caring community feel. Whether you need prescriptions filled, expert advice, or health products, we're here for you. Experience the difference at Shannon Pharmacy, where your health is our priority. Visit us today.
Has been telling us since before this matchup was official. This East Lawrence team is a really, really tough opponent. It'll be a tough out. But I have a feeling the Model boys are up to the challenge here, especially with the support of the home crowd.
And I've heard the Model Blue Devils today have been really dialed in, focused, have a lot of poise and confidence coming into the game, which obviously are things that you need going into a matchup but like that. But think about all the situations, particularly the seniors on this team that have been in over the last several years. They're certainly ready for the moment, I would presume. All right, Central ready to send it in motion here, leading it by 5. They get it to a cutting player. It's deflected out of bounds by Model. But again there, Ian, you're seeing the defense get in there and being very disruptive.
Yeah, that was a great job of Javia Samples trailing the defender, staying after the ball, knocking it loose.
And so Central sent defeated in with 4.5 minutes to go in the third quarter and a 5-point lead. Casey Reeves takes the ball from the official, surveys the floor, and she's going to try to lob it in. It's deflected and stolen by Sasha Wood, who gives it off to Javia Samples. She'll motor across the timeline, sends it right wing side to Cam Sanders. Now back to Samples, drives in from the elbow, misses the shot. The rebound goes to the Chargers.
Felt like Samples forced that one a little bit.
Simmons with the basketball. She'll back up, reset the half-court offense here, gives it to Reeves for the Lady Chargers. We're almost halfway through the third quarter. And Model having trouble getting some scoring going here in this quarter and throughout the game. Little heave towards the bucket, miss. Simmons gets the rebound. Oh, goes off Sadie Rotten, picked up by Wood.
Eyes in the back of her head there, Sadie Rotten with the steal there.
Wood got it on the right wing, now up top to Samples. Thought about the three, now to Sadie Rotten, lobs it to Sanders. Post up, shoots, misses the shot. Rebound Wells, and she's going to the line.
Indeed she is.
And right now Wells is 0 for 2 from the line, and that's been a trouble spot here for the Lady Devils today. They've done a great job getting there, but just haven't been able to convert. And so Wells goes through her routine at the stripe, puts up the shot, and that one rattles off the rim. Man. And certainly not picking on anybody. It's just been one of those nights. They just haven't been able to make the free throws.
And you know, if we're frustrated, imagine how frustrated they are. They're usually a pretty good free throw shooting team.
Wells with one more coming up. Shot on the way, and that one is in. That was a good looking free throw. And that cut it to a 4-point ball game. Lady Chargers across the timeline. Reeves sends it to Johnson on the left wing side. She'll dribble around the screen towards the top of the key. Sends it left wing back to Reeves. She'll pick it up, sends it up top. Now over to the right wing in front of the Chargers bench. They have it. And now they'll reset the offense here with 14 seconds on the shot clock. Reeves handling the ball, and she's between the circles. Now works her way towards the right wing side. Picks up her dribble around the slot, goes back up top with it. Driving, shot is going to be blocked. Ball loose on the floor, and that's going to be a shot clock violation. I never heard the buzzer go off.
Not either.
Did you? Substitution checking into the game here for the Chargers. That's going to be Chamaya Montgomery back into the game. Leaving the floor, it's going to be Yakuto. And Javia Sample sends it in motion, gives it to Sasha Wood. Wood dribbles across the midcourt stripe, gives it to Sadie Rotten. Wide open three in the air off the side of the rim. Had a really good open look there.
I think she was a little surprised at how open she was.
I know I was. Nobody came out to guard her. There's a shot going to be missed. And here's the putback, won't fall. Rebound picked up by Wells with authority there. Boxes out. Gives it off to Sanders. Model brings it back the other way. Only trailing by 4. Sasha Wood into the lane, puts it up. Little runner rattles off the rim. It won't go. Still can't get the lid off.
Strong take.
Reeves across the timeline, drives, gets blocked and fouled by Samples. She was
Reeves
fired
went down
up there.
hard, yeah.
Looks like Samantha Betts and August Betts ready to check back into the game. Reeves got up pretty quickly despite the hard foul and will go to the charity stripe and shoot 2. This is pretty tough.
Absolutely.
.218 left to go, third quarter. Central 21, Model 17. This is the second round of the GHSA playoffs. 16 teams. It's the Sweet 16. Of course, a lot of the teams played yesterday. We can tell you more about that later. But first shot on the way, rattles off the rim. A rare miss from the charity stripe for the Chargers in this game.
We'll take everyone we can get.
Absolutely. No offense to the Chargers fans
none whatsoever.
But, you know, we try to be as fair and balanced as we can be, but, you know, we call the model games. So what can you say? But if there are any Chargers fans watching the broadcast, we welcome you in. Hope you're enjoying it. Reeves has got the ball, ready to shoot another free throw. That one rattles off the back of the rim. Betts takes the rebound. Javia Samples with the ball, sends it over to Sadie Rotten, surveys the floor, gives it to a cutting August Betts off the glass and through. Wow.
Give and go. Rotten with a heck of a dish. Betts, good job high pointing the ball, finishing at the rim.
Absolutely. 21-19. Model cut it to a 2.1 score game. Chargers with the ball, driving baseline and getting blocked. What's the call here?
I get the gripes there. Both players really had stayed straight up.
And the Boo Birds come out in droves.
Currently a 7-0 run from Model, but now they get bailed out there and will have a chance from the free throw line.
Model has trailed by as many as 9 here in this half and have cut it back to 2, and that was definitely a tough call there. Free throw shots coming up here for the Chargers. Shot on the way, and that's going to bank in. Making the shot was Montgomery with another one coming up. And so Montgomery goes through her routine on the second free throw attempt, and the second one falls as well. Cashes in.
Indeed she did.
Sadie Rotten with the ball. Going to try to dribble it across the timeline. Picks up her dribble, sends it to Samples. Samples with the ball at the top of the key. Animated crowd at this point. 1:40 to go in the third quarter. Model trailing by 4. 3 ball in the air, and that one caroms off the rim. Rebound picked up by the Chargers. Chargers up 23-19. Ball stolen away by Betts. August Betts, pass underneath. Samples off the glass, too strong. Sadie Rotten going for the rebound, gets fouled.
What a sequence there.
And what a crowd. The intensity has ratcheted up. immensely over the last minute or so.
It sure has.
I mean, you can feel it in here right now. Sadie Rotten at the free throw line here with an opportunity. Good free throw shooter. And puts up the first shot. It rattles off the rim. I should have kept my mouth shut.
Oop.
The old broadcaster's curse.
Yeah. Rarely fails.
Rarely does. I'm patting myself on the chest there. Sorry about that. I won't say it again.
No.
Sadie Rotten at the free throw line with one more coming up. 23-19. Shot on the way. That one rattles in. And so the score moves to 23-20. They put 2 points on the board, but no, they took it off. All right, so the Chargers set to inbound the basketball here, leading it only by 3. And nearly stolen away by Betts.
Yeah. Good anticipation there by Samantha Betts.
All right, descending in motion now is going to be Marshall here for the Chargers. Going to be a little bit of pressure here from the Lady Devils. And now they'll back up. Driving it down the floor is going to be Johnson here for the Chargers. Now gives it back to Marshall. They try to pass it to the free throw line. Ball is
Offensive. Yeah.
Who'd they get on that, 24?
Yes, yeah. Drop the shoulder. August Betts doing her thing. Getting good position, and she's not afraid to contact. How many times have we seen her take the charge?
Oh, you're not kidding, man. And we're going to have a timeout, so we'll take it as well. 1:10 left to go, third quarter. This is one of those games that you got the feeling it could go down to the wire. We got a long way to go, though. Central up 23-20. We're back in 30 seconds.
Crestview Angus, your source for premium locally raised beef, delivering the finest quality from farm to table. Contact them on Facebook to place your order today. Attorney Stephen Woodard is pleased to help support this broadcast. Contact Mr. Woodard for your estate planning needs at area code 706-291-7050.
Model Devils hosting the Central-Macon Lady Chargers tonight here in the GHSA second round of the Class A Division I Girls Basketball Championship Tournament. And it's been a close one as expected. Right now, Central's got the upper hand, but only by 3 points. Your score 23-20. Central over Model as we've got a minute and 10 seconds left to go in the third.
Yeah, we had a big run there from Central that got them up by as many as 9. The Model has answered the bell since and has an opportunity here to get within 1 or possibly tie.
Well, let's see what happens. Samples over to Sadie Rotten. Rotten with the ball, gives it right back to Samples. Betts is open on the left wing side. They go right wing over to Sadie Rotten. Now back to Samantha. Samantha starts to work inside. Little runner. That one rolls across the rim. Rebound picked up by the Chargers. They want to work fast the other way. And there's a foul on August Betts. And more free throws coming up for the Lady Chargers.
Betts is down. August Betts, that is.
And they got Samantha Betts on the foul. And like you mentioned, August a little bit banged up as she gets up off the floor. We may see a sub here. We do.
Yeah, Eva Pointer into the game.
So as Ian mentioned, Eva checks into the game, and now we got free throws coming up here. Maya Montgomery at the free throw line. She's made both of her free throw shots so far in the game, so 2 for 2. First one on the way, and that was off the back of the rim.
There you go. Reverse.
So one more coming up for Maya Montgomery, the sophomore honorable mention all-region player out of Region 2. That is a tough region. A lot of the teams that made the playoffs this year. Second shot, that one rattles around the rim and off. And Jada Wells is there to get the board.
Yeah, nice rebound.
Sadie Rotten with it on the left wing. Sends it up between the circles to Samantha Betts. Sadie with the ball. Now back to Betts. Wide open three. Launches. And that one's too strong.
That was a good look.
Chargers with the rebound. They go back the other way. Simmons with it. Now backs up. Gives it off to Montgomery. Now right wing side to Casey Reeves. Reeves goes to work. Now they send it to the corner on the right wing side of Montgomery. Now Simmons with it. Now going to drive towards the low block, and it's stolen away. Betts has got it. Now Samples has got it after it ping-pongs off another player. And Pointer goes into the lane, backs up, gives it to Sadie. Long range three, left that one short. Just a little bit out of range perhaps. And that is the end of the third quarter. We got a 3-point ball game going into the final frame. The Chargers lead it after 3, 23-20 over the Model Lady Devils. We're back in 1 minute.
You look exhausted.
Dude, my to-do list got the best of me. I finally sharpened the blade, trimmed the yard, raked the leaves, and then I mowed.
Yeah, me too.
Get out. You're not even breaking a sweat.
I know. My grasshopper trimmed around the yard, power vac the leaves, and then mowed. I did all of it without leaving my seat.
I gotta get a grasshopper.
Finish fall cleanup and be ready for winter with a Grasshopper mower.
Here we go again.
WC Timber has been serving the Northwest Georgia and Northeast Alabama area since 1991. As a complete tree and timber service, WC Timber can handle thinning and clear cutting, tree chipping, stump removal, and storm damage, as well as bucket truck and crane services. For more information, visit them on the web at wctimber.com or give
Well, Ian, both teams trying to dig deep with the season on the line as we go to the final frame. Model Trail Central 23-20. Anybody's ball game, and you can really feel the energy right now in Woodard Gymnasium.
Yes, you can. An early run in that quarter for the Chargers, answered by Model.
And they are going to turn it over right out of the gate, get it right back, though, as Anyakudo comes out with it after Model had stolen it. And so Chargers have possession of the ball to open up the final 8 minutes of the ball game with a 3-point lead. Little runner on the way. That one rims out. Rebound by Pointer. Battle for the ball. Going to be won by Model. They'll come back the other way. Wood going to work fast. Goes right into the lane. Puts it up. It's going to be off the side of the rim. Put back falls for Jada Wells. She gets fouled. It's going to the free throw line and one coming up.
Big opportunity here. Jada Wells. Great position there. Sasha Wood took it to the rack, got the ball up. Couldn't get it to drop, but Wells with the putback and the 3-point opportunity.
And with this free throw, if she can sink it, we're going to be locked up at 23 apiece with 7:33 left to go in the basketball game. Wells waits for the ball from the official, takes a deep breath. Goes through a routine, bounces the ball a couple of times, puts the shot up, and that one rattles off the rim. Chasing down the rebound, though, is Pointer, and there's going to be a whistle and a foul against the Chargers.
Great effort there from Eva Pointer to fight for that loose ball. And she got fouled before she stepped on the boundary line there.
They're going to get Francis Anyakudo there with the foul.
How many is that on Anyakudo?
I think she's got 2, but I'm not 100% sure. We'll double check the scoreboard on that in just a moment. But oh no, she's got 4.
Okay,
I missed a couple.
I thought she might be getting up there. She's going to take a seat.
That is big. Sasha Wood surveys the floor, and she's going to send it back to Samples. Samples back to Wood on the left wing side. Now back to Samples. Model trying to protect the ball here for sure. Here's Wood with it, going to drive towards the baseline. Now back to Sanders, wide open 3 on the way, and it caroms off the rim and into the hands of one of the Chargers, and a foul is going to go against Samples.
I guess that was a really good look for Sanders, right on her favorite spot on the court, and she just couldn't get it to drop.
And so Central going to bring it up the floor. Reeves gives it right back to Johnson. Now to Simmons on the right wing. Lost it off her knee, it looked like. Wood came out with the ball. Good heads-up play. Wood dribbles off to the left wing in front of the Model bench around a screen by Pointer. Now gives it off to Samples. Samples surveys the floor, finds Pointer, fires the 3, and it's in!
Big time shot from Eva Pointer, and Model has their first lead of the second half.
25-23, Model on top by 2. Starts with a 5-0 run to start the final frame of the basketball game. The intensity grows with this crowd with every moment that passes by. Here is a shot off the glass and miss, but another foul and more free throws. Reeves hit the deck pretty hard again that time, Ian.
Yeah, she went down hard. And they got Wells with the body.
And so Reeves gets up quick and is now going back to the free throw line. So 2 shots coming up for Reeves. And a little bit of confusion as some substitutions happen right quick. And it looks like Reeves is going to check out, and then coming up to the free throw line in her place is going to be Jemiah Montgomery. And the Boo Birds come out here on Model's end.
Yeah, I wasn't sure that that was allowed to sub for the shooter unless they were injured.
Shot on the way, and that one's off the back of the rim.
Works out.
And Reeves being looked at by the trainer on the bench.
It was an injury.
Yeah.
Usually the coach gets to pick the player that shoots at that point, though, right? I think that may be the case.
One more coming up here for Montgomery. Fans trying to disrupt. Shot on the way. That one rattles off the rim. Samples is there for the rebound for Model. Here they come back the other way, trying to build some momentum here late in the game. Sasha Wood with the basketball, trying to work around a screen up top. Now goes off to the left wing side. Back up top with a pass to Samples. Samples surveys, trying to find an open player. Bounces it right wing side to Wells. Up top to Pointer. Pointer going to go to work inside. Puts up the shot. It's blocked. And the ball is poked out of bounds. Tipped by the Chargers.
Stay with Model. Boy, it's been tough sledding on the interior for Model. And a lot of that credit should go to Central and their tenacious defense down low.
2 really, really good defensive teams locking horns here for sure. Sanders with the basketball for Model. Works up top. Is going to drive towards the lane. Feeds it out. Wide open. Samples for 3. That one's off the back of the rim right at the buzzer of the shot clock. And a traveling called against the Chargers. So Model gets it right back.
Yeah, and Sadie Rotten checking into the game. She's going to grab Eva Pointer.
And Sada will handle the inbound duties here in just a moment here for the Lady Blue Devils. Takes the ball from the official, surveys the floor, sends it right wing side to Samples. Samples starts to dribble up top, leaves it for Rotten in the corner on the right wing. Now to Sanders for 3, and that's not going to go. Rebound picked up by the Chargers. They come back trailing by 2. Shot on the way, miss, but free throw attempts forthcoming.
And the official did a good job there. He showed what part of the body Sanders clipped him with, and he was right. She had her hands up, but was still moving. Sanders frustrated. She's just had a tough night on the offensive end, especially. The defense has done a great job contesting her shots, and when she's been open, she just hasn't been able to get them to fall.
And 2 free throws for Johnson. First one's in the air, and that one rattles in. And that was her first attempt from the free throw line. She's got 5 points in the game for the Lady Chargers as they get ready for another substitution or 2. 1 to come into the game. That's going to be Anya Kudo, the Defensive Player of the Year out of their region. Johnson going to tie her shoe before the second free throw. This next one would tie up the ball game at 25 apiece. As fans continue to file in here. We got a big time atmosphere tonight, and that one rattles in to tie the game. And so Johnson 2 of 2 from the line. Samples trapped in the corner, needs help, and did they get the timeout? They did.
I think so. Big time, too. She was in trouble.
Coach Eccles got the timeout just in the nick of time. Tied up at 25 apiece between Model and Central here on the girls' side of things. 5:34 left to go in the ball game. Let's step out for 30 seconds.
They call it Mo Day, a time of fanfare and pride. And another week with the neighborhood's best yard, because you drafted the MVP of all mowers. A comfortable seat and adjustable controls bring the battle to your turf, not your backside. Ride like the wind on your solid steel Stallion. and give the fans something to cheer about. Because it's your day. It's Mo Day.
Well, the Lady Devils had opened up the fourth quarter of the game on a 5-0 run before the Chargers got to the free throw line, made a couple of free throws, and now it is 25 apiece as those two free throws were what tied up this ball game. But the Lady Devils now inbound the ball. They get it to Wells. Wells to Sanders. She'll bring it up the floor, gives it to Samples across the timeline. She goes now to Wood on the right wing side. Wood dribbles in front of the model bench. Sadie Rotten for three from the corner, misses the shot. Tracking down the rebounds. Wood has it on the floor, and we're going to have a tie-up.
Possession arrow in favor of Model.
And so Model's going to send it in motion from right beside their bench on their side of the floor. Cam Sanders is going to trigger it in motion for the Lady Devils. All tied up at 25 apiece. Into the backcourt to Sasha Wood. Wood across the timeline. Now dribbles towards the slot on the left side. Now back up top, working around the screen. Now starts to go to the free throw line, gives it off to Sadie Rotten, and two players ended up on the floor there. So a foul, I think, away from the ball.
Yeah. Going to go against Central.
That should be the fifth foul right there for Anya Kudo, unless I'm badly mistaken.
It was.
Yep.
That's it.
So she's done for the day. And now Sadie Rotten gets ready to inbound the basketball as Anya Kudo's the first player to foul out of the ball game.
He's got to help Rotten.
Sadie Rotten sends it into Samples in the nick of time, into the lane, puts it up, and that won't go. Rebound's going to be picked up by the Chargers, and Montgomery, more specifically, she goes across the timeline, coast to coast, and rattles in.
Model didn't do a good job turning around and finding the ball there in transition.
Cam Sanders across the timeline. Central takes the lead back by 2. Sanders with it on the right wing side, feeds it into Wells, off the glass and in, and ties it up.
Wells using the body to perfection there. Back down her defender. And a great feed as well.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised, Ian, to see them go back to that well, pardon the pun there. Bounce it off.
I love puns.
I know you do. You're the pun
apologize.
master. Shots up off the side of the rim, but she gets fouled, and the Chargers spent a lot of time at the free throw line and been very successful there much of the game.
Yes, they have.
And they're going again. Jaslyn Johnson, who just knocked down a pair, and her last trip to the free throw line's back up there now. First shot on the way, and that one rattles in. She'll get ready for another. She's 3 for 3.
Yeah, confident looking free throw there.
And so one more coming up here for Johnson. Second shot on the way, and that one rattles off the rim. Sanders gets the rebound. Sanders now with 3 fouls in the game, by the way. Sasha Wood across the timeline, dribbling in front of the model bench. Going to send it to Sanders. She stands near the slot, now drives towards the lane. Spin move off the glass. It won't go. What a great move to get that shot. And now Johnson bringing it across the timeline. Here is a look for Reeves for 3, and that's off the side of the rim. Long rebound taken by Wood, and she's blocked, and a foul.
One more foul to give for each team. The next foul will put them in the bonus. Are we already there?
Already there, man.
Okay.
And so Sasha Wood is going to shoot free throws here for the Lady Devils. She's 1 of 2 from the charity stripe.
None bigger than this pair here.
Oh, you're not kidding.
The pressure gets dialed up with every second that goes off the clock. Okay, I thought if the scoreboard had it right, that shouldn't have put them at the free throw line, and indeed it will not. The next foul for both teams will be the bonus. So after a meeting of the minds, still Model's ball though.
So Sanders to send it in motion, finds Sample. She's trapped, tries to give it right back to Sanders, deflected out of bounds there from the Chargers.
Yeah, and that time The inbound. Oh, they're actually going the other way.
Wow. So the Chargers force a turnover there. Now they serve it at the floor. Reeves has got it in her hands, trying to find an open player. Sends it to the right wing side. Lost the handle momentarily. Montgomery with the ball. Now dribbles back between the circles. Hands it off to Reeves, who will handle the ball with 3:30 left to go in the ball game. Model trails by 1, 28-27. Reeves bounces it up top. Gets it over to Shelley. Now the left wing. They go inside to Reeves, off the glass and in.
Yeah, Wood went for the steal there and ended up paying for it.
So the lead now 3 points. Ball nearly stolen away. Wood recovers. Here's Samples with the ball. Drives low block. Puts it up. Too strong off the glass, but she will have free throws.
Yep. 2 shots for Samples upcoming.
Samples with 6 points in the game. 4 of her 6 have been from the stripe. And she's got to line a pretty good bit throughout the course of the ball game.
August Betts still walking a little gingerly there, but she's checking into the game.
Betts playing in her senior season. Samples at the free throw line. First shot on the way, and that one rattles off the rim. So the free throw shooting struggles for the Lady Devils as a team continue. And that is a big part of the story of this game, you know. One more coming up for Samples. This would cut it to 2, and it does. The Lady Chargers will bring it up the floor. We're officially under 3 to go in this Sweet 16 game. Chargers with the ball. Reeves sends it to the right wing side. Now back to Reeves, standing in front of the bench here for Central. Resets the offense, fakes to the right, sends it up top, gives it to Shelley. Shelley gives it off to Johnson. Johnson being guarded by Pointer at the top of the key. Now they work to the right wing side. Block shot by Sanders. Woods tracks down the ball. Here we come back the other way. Wide open. Pointer off the feed. Can't get it to go. Second look won't go. Samples going to the free throw line.
Boy, Wood found her a little bit late, but threw a heck of a pass. Pointer frustrated. You can see the look on her face right now. She had the bunny, couldn't get it to go, but Samples will have a chance for 2 at the free throw line.
So 2 shots for Samples. If she can make them both, we got a tie ball game with 2:29 left. Shot on the way off the front of the rim. One more shot coming up for Samples. Subs into the game here for the Chargers. On the floor for the Blue Devils, Sasha Wood, August Betts, Javia Samples, Cam Sanders, and Eva Pointer. So you've got the starters in right now. I'll give you a floor check for the Chargers in a moment, but one more free throw coming up for Samples. This one would cut it to 1, and it does not. It goes off the front of the rim. Simmons tracks down the rebound here for the Chargers. They'll bring it up the floor across the timeline. Now to Simmons, drives in, puts it up, misses the shot. Ball goes off the foot, I think, of one of the players for the Chargers. It does.
Yep. Yeah, Wood tapped it, and it bounced off the Chargers offensive player on the knee there. That's huge. Model continues to just rely on their defense to stay in this game.
So the Blue Devils ready to send it in motion. Really needing a bucket here with 2:17 left to go. Trapped in the corner. They get it to Samples. A lob underneath to Pointer. Drives in off the glass. Too strong. Misses the shot.
Yeah, they're going to get
and there's a foul.
I think. Or wait. Yes, okay. All right. And that puts them in the bonus.
So free throws coming up here for the Chargers. They lead at 30-28, 2:09 left to go in the ball game. And Selena Greer is going to the free throw line with her first shots of the game. And I'm going to go ahead and take a wild guess and say she's probably a good free throw shooter, even though we haven't seen her there before in this game. First shot on the way, and that's off the side of the rim.
It's an interesting stance she's got there. And to me, that tells me she might struggle a little bit at the line.
It's kind of an uncomfortable looking shot.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that. Kind of keeps that left foot behind her. Gets ready for that second shot. It's in the air for Greer, and that's off the back of the rim. Doesn't go.
Huge misses there. And you could cut the tension with a knife in this building.
You said it. Here is Sasha Wood with the basketball on the right wing. Going to feed it into Wells, and she gets fouled.
Yeah, that'll put her at the line. Every foul going forward puts the other team at the stripe. Can Jada Wells step up and knock down some big free throws?
She's been to the line a couple of times in the ball game as one of 5 from the charity stripe. So Wells at the free throw line, could tie it up if she makes them both. Greer charged with the foul. First shot off the front of the rim. Subs into the game here for the Chargers. Under 2 minutes to go. Model trails by 2. Magnificent crowd for this one. This has been a great atmosphere and environment for a high school basketball game. It's been just an absolute pleasure to get to be in this building, especially this time of year, you know. But Wells has got one more coming up. This would cut it to a 1-point ball game. Shot on the way, and that one rattles off the rim. Second look there for Pointer. She's going to the free throw line.
She is. Great rebound there from Eva Pointer.
Eva Pointer continues to be aggressive on the boards there and gets her team an opportunity here. Let's see if she can cash in from the free throw line. And first shot on the way for her, and that one's in. That was big. Pointer now with 8 points in the ball game. The leading scorer right now for the Lady Devils. Scored 17 points in their first round game against Social Circle. Second shot, that goes off the side of the rim. Rebound by Johnson and the Chargers, but stolen away. Pointer battling for the ball, and we got a jump ball.
That'll stay with the Chargers.
And so the Chargers set to inbound the ball. Jazz Johnson, 6'1" senior, first team all-region player, set to send it in motion. And she's going to call a timeout before they inbound the ball. So let's take it with them. 1:50 left to go in the fourth quarter. 30-29, Model trails by 1. We're back in 30 seconds.
WC Timber has been serving the Northwest Georgia and Northeast Alabama area since 1991. As a complete tree and timber service, WC Timber can handle thinning and clear cutting, tree chipping, stump removal, and storm damage, as well as bucket truck and crane services. For more information, visit them on the web at wctimber.com or give them a call at area code 706-238-1214.
I do want to mention to you there's going to be live baseball on your radio if you tune into WLAQ tomorrow at 1:05 p.m. The Braves taking on the Rays at Cool Today Park, Northport, Florida. Had some spring training baseball today. Braves and Twins today. It was just great to hear those guys on there calling the game.
Chris Sale pitched 2 shutout innings. He looked sharp.
All right, Chargers set to set it in motion. 1:50 left to go. Chargers lead by 1. 30-29 your score. They work it off to the right wing side. Now back to Reeves. She dribbles back between the circles. Now up top they go to Johnson, left wing to Simmons. Simmons surveys the floor. Going to find Reeves on the left wing side. Ball's poked out of bounds by Sasha Wood.
12 seconds remain on the shot clock.
Well, folks, if you couldn't make it to this one, you've missed a great ball game and also just an unbelievable atmosphere. This is some kind of crowd here tonight. We knew it'd be that way, but it's fantastic. They go up top. Into the game is Pryor. Towards the top of the key, they go to Simmons. She'll dribble between the circles. Now goes back up top to Johnson. Johnson going to work inside from the elbow. Misses the shot right before the buzzer. And now Woods got the ball across the timeline for the Lady Devils. Devils can take the lead here. Samples has got the ball, backs up, resets. Now to Pointer. Shot on the way, off the back of the rim, won't fall. And it's going to be with the Chargers.
Yeah, Sanders went up and tipped that one out. Pointer likes that shot from the free throw line. Just didn't get it to drop.
It's been a really tough shooting night here for the Lady Devils. They've
Both
had
sides, really.
Yeah, and that's very true. Definitely been a defensive slobber knocker type game, if you will. But the Chargers going to bring it up the floor. With the ball is going to be Marshall. She's across the timeline with it. Gives it off to Reeves, who stands around midcourt on the M. 53 seconds left to go in the ball game. It's anybody's game, but Central leads it right now by 1. Taking their time here. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Now they give it off to the left wing side. With the ball was Montgomery. Now back up to Simmons. Simmons going to go to work with 7 seconds on the shot clock. Right wing turns, puts up the shot, and she traveled, no doubt.
Yeah, great job there by Samples. And a strategic move here by Sally Eccles. She subs in Samantha Betts for Jada Wells going with a smaller 3-guard lineup. And now we're going to see her flip that now that they're switching to the offensive end, as Sadie Rotten will check in for Betts.
Shot clock dart for the remainder of the ball game. Central leads the ball game 30-29 as we get ready for Cam Sanders to inbound the ball.
Hanging in there, Matt? How's your ticker?
I'm trying to keep it on an even keel here. And I'll admit, as usual, failing miserably. Javia Samples, now to Sasha Wood. Now back to Sanders. 28 seconds on the clock. Again, shot clock dart the rest of the way. There's Rotten in the corner. 3-ball in the air and in! She knocked it down. Sally Eccles wants the timeout to get everybody set. We're not going anywhere. Keeping it here through the timeout. 3-ball from Sadie Rotten. Her second made 3 of the ball game gives Model the 32-30 lead with 16.6 seconds left to go in the ball game. What a shot.
What a shot. What a shot. There as Samples finds her teammate in the corner. Look, that's the only the second 3 to go down at all. Roughton's got them both, but none bigger than that. That was huge. Gives them a 2-point lead. And you'd have to think Central will probably play for the last shot here.
Tough shooting night for the Lady Devils. Sadie Rotten hits one where it really counts with 16.6 seconds left to go in the ball game. Model leads it 32-30, trying to punch their ticket to the Elite 8. They've been to the Sweet 16 the last 2 years. They want to take it to that next level, especially for the seniors on this basketball team, Ian.
Yeah, absolutely.
This is their last shot at the opportunity. And Sadie Rotten in her senior year just hits a clutch shot with 18 to go.
And Model has trailed the majority of this game. They've come back to take a lead here or there, several ties. But that was huge. Just a huge shot. And the grit of this team to hang in there, even though tonight's been a tough night on the offensive end. Still a long way to go. 18 seconds. And they're only up 1 basket.
They continue to fight through it. Got to come up with a big stop here as the Chargers get ready to inbound the basketball. Somebody's season's about to end. Some team is about to survive and advance to the next round of 8. Simmons, the Chargers across the timeline. 14 seconds to go. They give it off to Reeves. Reeves between the circles. Now sends it up top. Johnson going to drive, lost the handle, stolen away by Pointer. The Lady Devils have the ball with a 2-point lead and 3.3 seconds left to go. The fans can feel it, Ian. Can you?
I can feel it. Most definitely. Wood will go to the line. 3.3 seconds left.
Sasha Wood with an opportunity to ice the ball game. The Lady Devils have struggled at the free throw line throughout the game. A lot of pressure right now on this young lady as she steps to the free throw line here to try to knock down a couple of shots. First one on the way, and it's off the side of the rim. Gets ready for her second shot. This would make it a 3-point ball game with 3.3 ticks left on the clock. This is absolutely huge right here.
And how you defend it as well. We're going to have some timeouts and some strategy talked through here by these coaches.
We're just going to keep it here with 3.3 seconds left. And, of course, as we look around the building, man, what an epic night this has been so far. And there's still one more game coming up after this one's over.
And there's a couple of strategies you can go with here. You make the free throw, you get yourself out of danger of losing on a last-second shot. If you miss the free throw, they've got to act a lot quicker to heave a shot up with only 3 seconds on the clock. So it'll be interesting to see how this transpires. But, of course, I think you want the make, and then you don't foul. You let them heave a three up and make sure you don't make contact. But it'll all depend on whether or not Sasha Wood can step up and knock down this next free throw.
3 seconds left on the clock. Model leads at 32-30. A great-looking three-point shot made by Sadie Rotten with seconds remaining put the Lady Devils on top of the ball game with an opportunity here with one more free throw coming up here for Jada Wells to make it a three-point ball game as we get ready to resume. Boys coming up after this, it'll be the Model Blue Devils and the East Lawrence Falcons. Should be another really good ball game. And one more free throw coming up here for Jada Wells. This is a biggie. This would make it a three-point game with 3.3 seconds left to go. And Jada stands at the free throw line with one more shot coming up. A big one here. Shot on the way, and it is in. She makes it.
All right, lay off and let them throw one up.
And here come the Chargers. A turnover. The Lady Devils have the ball, and that is the ball game. The Lady Devils are going to the Elite Eight. They survive and advance 33-30, your final score. And that's all she wrote in this one, folks. Congratulations to Coach Eccles and the Lady Blue Devils on an extremely gritty performance tonight, picking up a victory. What else can you say? What a great victory.
Just a great atmosphere, a thriller to start the night here, this doubleheader, and a huge win for Coach Eccles and these girls. Sadie Rotten with the three to take the lead, and then the steal at the end of the game to ice it. What a win.
And not to mention Jada Wells making that second free throw to make it a three-point ball game right there with 3.3 seconds left to go. The Lady Devils have won the ball game and are going to the next round of the playoffs. I presume the game will probably be on Tuesday of next week with the sequence of the bracket, but we'll see what happens. Obviously, they could have played yesterday, ended up playing today, so it could be a Wednesday game. But Ian, what a fantastic ball game. What a gritty effort to hang in there with their defense. Did not have a good shooting night. Really struggled from the free throw line. Hit some shots when they really needed to have it. They stayed together as a team, and they gritted it out. And sometimes you got to do that to win a ball game.
Yeah, we've talked about how this team can lean on their defense when the offense is struggling. And they certainly did that tonight. There were opportunities in the game for Central to kind of blow it open, led by as many as 9, but there was no quit on the defensive end, and it kept Model within striking distance. And they kept fighting back to the very end of the game, and they come through in the clutch and finish this thing off in front of the home crowd.
What a special night. And we're just halfway through. We got another one coming up. It's the Model Blue Devils and the East Lawrence Falcons. Can't wait for that one. But first things first, we're going to send it back to the studio for 3 minutes. We'll come back, run down the scoring from our first game. Then we'll start to set the stage for our second game in the boys' action coming up in just a little bit. Congratulations to Coach Eccles and the Model Lady Devils. They're still dancing, folks. We'll be back in 3 minutes.
Crestview Angus, your source for premium locally raised beef, delivering the finest quality from farm to table. Contact them on Facebook to place your order today. Welcome to Shannon Pharmacy, proudly serving the Shannon community since 2004. We're your small, full-service pharmacy with a big heart, offering friendly, professional service and a caring community feel. Whether you need prescriptions filled, expert advice, or health products, we're here for you. Experience the difference at Shannon Pharmacy, where your health is our priority. Visit us today. Attorney Stephen Woodard is pleased to help support this broadcast. Contact Mr. Woodard for your estate planning needs at area code 706-291-7050. WC Timber has been serving the Northwest Georgia and Northeast Alabama area since 1991. As a complete tree and timber service, WC Timber can handle thinning and clear cutting, tree chipping, stump removal, and storm damage, as well as bucket truck and crane services. For more information, visit them on the web at wctimber.com or give them a call at area code 706-238.
Well, I got to correct myself right out of the gate here as we start our post game, get ready to run down the scoring in this basketball game between the Model Lady Devils. I want to apologize to Sasha Wood. She made that last free throw, and I got so excited I said the wrong name. I knew who was at the line, but it just came out wrong. So I apologize for that, and to that young lady there on missing that. Definitely wanted to correct that out of the break there. But anyway, the final score in the game was 33-30. Of course, Sadie Rotten hit a three with about 18 seconds left to go in the game. Lady Devils were able to hang on and win the basketball game. What an exciting game that turned out to be. Survive and Advance is the name of the game, and the Model Lady Devils did just that. And we already know who their opponent is going to be because they played last night. Lamar County won, so the Lady Devils will host Lamar County sometime towards the middle part of next week. We'll give you more details on that in just a little bit. But we're going to go ahead and run down the scoring there from the ball game and then get ready for the boys game, which is fast approaching in about 10 minutes. We're going to start with the Central Lady Chargers. They would pick up 1 point from Gabby Knowlton, also 7 points from Jaslyn Johnson, 4 points from Jamari Simmons, 7 points for Casey Reeves, 4 points for Chamaya Montgomery, and 7 points for Kylie Marshall, and that should add up to their 30 points. Meanwhile, for the victorious Lady Devils, 2 points for Cam Sanders, 7 points for Javia Samples, 2 apiece for Sasha Wood and August Betts, 4 points for Eva Pointer, 6 points for Jada Wells, and then 7 points for Sadie Rotten, who hit a couple of threes and a really clutch one at the end of the game that gave them the lead that turned out to be eventually for good. So the Lady Devils win it 33-30. They're still dancing, going to the Elite Eight.
What a run. What a finish. What a gritty effort by Sally Eccles and the Lady Blue Devils.
No question about it. So let's see. That's going to put a wrap on our broadcast here on the girls' side of things. We're 9 minutes and 40 seconds away until the tip-off of the boys' game, so we're going to kind of reset here and get ready for that. But it's going to be the Model Blue Devils and the East Lawrence Falcons coming up. And with that said, we'll recognize the crew one more time of this particular broadcast. Midcourt cameras, Benton Potts and Zane Nicholson. Replay was Uta Patterson, Nathan Patterson, director. I'm Matt Davis alongside Ian Griffin with the play-by-play. Of course, in-house PA announcers Grayson Atkins and Lint Butler back at the studio running the controls. Thanks for being here, Ian. I know you got a jet because you got another gig coming up tonight. But, man, what a classic ball game we just got to call.
Man, root them through, man, and hopefully we'll watch both these model teams middle of next week.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to take another break, a 3-minute break here. We'll get you started with the boys broadcast after these messages on WLAQ and Northwest Georgia Media. Back in 3.